Everyone, welcome back to Watercolor for the non-artistic card maker. It's Justine, and today we're focusing on easy coloring for the last day of class. Don't forget to share either my blog post or this video. There is a share button. You just have to scroll down a little bit before the video and you can share to social media. It's been such an awesome class and I'm really excited that it's wrapping up, but as well I'm going to miss doing it because it was actually really fun discovering myself different watercolor techniques and really pushing what I was comfortable with. So this card here, I am going to be using a stamp set from Lawn Fawn, and it's called Year 4. It's absolutely adorable, and I love these really mini Lawn Fawn stamps. They're like $3.99 for the stamp set, and I love them because you use generally all the stamps on one card. So it's generally something you buy, and you never have those stamps that you never use. So I'm going to start by stamping the hippo as well as the bird, and then I am going to stamp the sentiment and a little party hat and a balloon, and just create this really cute birthday scene. And the sentiment is hippo birdie to you, which is just absolutely adorable and incorporates a little pun with the hippo and the bird. I'm stamping in archival ink because we are going to get this wet. The paper I'm using is Neenah Desert Storm cardstock. It's kind of like a craft cardstock. And because I'm going to be coloring today using Derwent Inktense pencils, I really like to color on something a little bit darker just to show off how they really stay true to their color, even on something as dark as this cardstock. So as I'm finishing stamping up my scene here, I just wanted to mention that there are prizes available on my blog for anybody that participates or makes a watercolor card that they were inspired from this series. You have until next Saturday to link up. I believe the 23rd of January is the closing date, and there are prizes available which are explained on my blog. I hope everyone will come and participate, or at least show me that you're experimenting or what you're making. I find it really fun to check out what others are making. So I'm getting into the coloring now. And Derwent pencils, you don't need to push hard at all. I'm just doing a very, very light layer of this light purple color. And the reason why you don't want to push hard is because you'll get the pencil crayon lines when you water brush it, or when you go over it with water, and you don't really want that texture in there. Another reason why you don't want to put a lot of color on is the color goes a really long way with these pencils. So you don't even need to color the entire hippo, for example. You can leave areas of it with just blank, and you'll have absolutely no problems being able to pull that color. So I'm just going in with a wet paintbrush right now, and I'm just spreading out the color that I did. I pushed a lot harder on the color on the edges of the hippo and the areas where there would be a shadow, and then I'm just really pulling out that color from there so that it creates a really shaded and nice look. When you're doing this on Neenah Desert Storm cardstock, the image might not look that great when it's wet. A lot of the times what happens is it looks almost as if little pieces of fiber are coming off from the paper, but once it dries, it looks absolutely fine, and I love the way that it turned out. So don't be discouraged if you're doing it and it doesn't look all that great. Another thing is it will not blend like a watercolor. It does blend, but it's not going to blend completely where you can keep adding water and add more and more water. First of all, this isn't watercolor cardstock. And second of all, they are pencil crayons. So it's not exactly the same medium that's going into it as a watercolor. But overall, I love using these. As I mentioned, especially on craft cardstock, I think they're absolutely gorgeous. These Inktense pencils come in a variety of amounts. You can get really good prices on Amazon, I find, or there are some on Simon Says Stamp, but I think they're slightly more expensive. I got mine, I believe, on Amazon when I was in Germany, and I believe I bought the 36-pack of them. 24-pack probably would have been just fine, and I don't think you really need the 72-pack, which is quite large. I'm just adding some glossy accents on top of the balloon just to give it some shine. I thought that would be a nice special effect on the card. It will take a little while for the glossy accents to dry, so just keep that in mind. In the end, I decided that he needed a little bit of a shadow underneath him, so I went in with a gray pencil and sort of just went out, grabbed my wet water brush again, made sure it was cleaned off from the purple color, and then just saturated that color so that it would actually turn out to be a shadow. Once this dries, you won't see the fact that I had to go in with a baby wipe and pick up some color. Absolutely no problem, but I think that adds a little bit of extra something so it doesn't look like he's just standing in the middle of the card, and shadows always add that little bit of realistic look to it. Just going back in with just slightly more color, and I'm just going to sort of just go back in with some water there. I am going to just quickly fold this card over, but I need to score it at 5.5 inches to make a top folding card. And I accidentally smeared my glossy accents just a little bit on that balloon, so that was a little unfortunate. But once it dried, actually, it doesn't look too bad. So I have that little glossy balloon, this really adorable sentiment and birthday card. Very plain. You can color that hippo really in any color, make it really gender neutral. You want to make it green or blue or whatever you want to make it. It will look great. So all the supplies used are linked to below in the video description or on my blog. You can access my blog by clicking up at the top of the screen where it says click here. Over on the right I have a subscribe button so you can subscribe to my channel, and on the picture there you can click to access one of yesterday's cards on color bursts. Thanks so much for watching everyone, and I hope you enjoyed the series. Bye bye.